Thank you so much for representing us.
Oh my gosh.
Say hi. How are you?
Hi, good, how are you? I am a parent, and I know that a lot of people also have pets, and so I thought when the weather's good, let's do somewhere we can just be outside too. Budget time. There's been a lot of like listening sessions and talking about the budget, and the mayor just dropped his official proposed budget. There are definitely things we're gonna be bargaining and fighting over, and I will say I'm impressed as someone who's like a very good fundraiser. I am impressed with his fundraising skills. He hustled really hard. He got like $40 million. He really has like gone to the governor and said like, I need you to care and to help us. There are some cuts and there are things that we're gonna be trying to adjust, and it's not as horrible as we had thought this year. I have said, Mr. Mayor, I appreciate your hustle. I don't think anyone else could have fundraised like you, and this is kicking the can down the road because next year it's gonna be really hard. We're gonna have to face some, unless we keep getting these one-time funds. For me, as someone who like the learning curve is like, woo, I'm learning a lot, it does feel nice that we have a year. One thing I appreciated from Keith Wilson is that he did meet with every counselor for a couple months, like every other week. And even, I mean, this morning I texted him at 7:30 and I was like, hey, I have a question, not urgent, if you have time to hop on the phone. And he like called me right away. He's very like responsive. I think a lot of people say this, his heart is in the right place. So I said, my expectation is that you're really looking at something called span of control. How many managers do you have to like the people who are doing kind of the more like on the ground work, the frontline workers? My expectation, and I say this to the superintendent too, is that you're really making sure that the community-facing resources are the last to be cut. And as a teacher, like literally all the different issues of our city, they show up in my classroom when families can't afford to stay to live here, when they're telling me that they can't get the water bureau on the phone and all of those things. And then there are some issues that just like hit me like really deep in my gut, like making sure we're caring for people of all ages, like age-friendly cities, and making sure that like children have access to preschool, and that also this is a place that people can retire and like age in place in. That one just feels like it just like hits me really deeply. Traffic violence. Specifically where I live in Sunnyside, I'm like a couple blocks from where Fallon Smart, the child, was killed on Hawthorne. Another few blocks is where Jeannie Diaz was killed. She was our youth librarian. My kids knew her. She was just sitting at the bus stop. I am bringing my first piece of legislation, and it's around Vision Zero. June is going to be the 10-year anniversary from Portland pledging to be a Vision Zero city. We are far from being there. And so when I told the mayor, I called him like, hey, there is a budget thing I wanted to talk to you about. And he was like, where do you want to meet? And I was like, can you meet at my house and then we'll go for a walk? And so I made him go like sit at that bench and see how scary it feels where Jeannie Diaz was killed. Like, this is one of our bus stops, Mr. Mayor. Even as we're prioritizing important things like paving our streets and doing the infrastructure piece, that we don't forget about the Vision Zero piece too. And I have like 4 things that are actually budget neutral, and it's like reporting on Vision Zero more frequently, disaggregating data so we can see like by race and ethnicity, like doing some of that. Because what oftentimes happens is folks are like, yeah, that's important. If something touches your school or your family and is immediate, then you see a community like swell up. Let's not wait until we get there. Let's bring some people in, and let me tell you, you can't put really a price tag or value amount on like having community members feeling involved.